The Apocryphal Scriptures, A Treasure of Humanity Part 2. In our family, we often read prayers written by people from all over the world. They recognize the Creator in creation and in themselves. They connect with Him in love, expressing gratitude and appreciation in wonderful words. They give this Creator many names, but are they not ultimately all addressed to the same one? To the infinitely loving and just Creator who created all life, nature and the cosmos with all its numerous dimensions, as we know today. His spirit and being permeate everything, down to the very smallest. We are brothers and sisters, children of the one loving, creative Creator. Do you feel the same way? But then I ask myself, how can a just, loving Creator favor one part of His children, so much so that they alone are to be redeemed by accepting Jesus, while others who strive wholeheartedly to live a good, loving life are not to experience salvation? Just because they have never heard of Jesus or live in a different culture. The Bible doesn't paint such a stark picture. But the exclusive claim that only faith in Jesus provides access to salvation is certainly contained in it. Isn't that deeply unjust? Some even speak of my God, in contrast to that of others. Isn't that a division of the human family? It certainly feels good for the chosen ones. And those who proclaim this teaching are gaining more and more paying followers. With respect, but hasn't the wonderful message of Jesus been turned into a business model? Or at least an attempt made to consolidate global influence and power with it? After all, the Bible was compiled in a Roman environment, at a time when obsession with power was not unheard of. Reality speaks to this, at least in part. No other religion in the world has accumulated as much money and power. But there they are, the Apocryphal Writings. Some of them closed or ignored by the Vatican. And suddenly it reappears. The all-encompassing justice of God. Contradictions begin to evaporate. A deeply moving truth shines forth, full of wisdom, inner beauty and love. Let's bravely set out on the journey. To love. To justice. To perfection. To the light. To infinite joy in the innermost being. Let's go. Focus on the life of Jesus and less on the crucifixion. The Gospel of Thomas focuses on the life and work of Jesus instead of his crucifixion. The worship of the crucified Jesus as a central part of the Christian faith is not found in this form in the Apocryphal Scriptures. The message is to love and to be perfect. The point is to try to live like Jesus. He came to us as an example and reference. God can be experienced directly. The texts suggest that no church or priesthood is necessary to connect with God. But the spiritual community building is definitely a central aspect of spirituality. Seen in this light, churches and religious groups certainly have their importance. In the Gospel of Thomas, for example, it says, "The kingdom of God is within you and around you." This means that the divine is not only to be found in a particular place or in a particular institution, but in every human being. In creation, the Creator God is present. Nature is an image of the Creator and can be understood as a place of divine revelation. Nature can also be a great teacher for us, because there we recognize the laws of creation, of the Creator. We can love nature from the heart, and I do, and in doing so we also love and honor the Creator. And vice versa. My beloved nature has always been my treasure, which has too little space for me in the Church. After all, the preservation of creation was an issue at the Second Vatican Council, the best there ever was. And environmental protection followed, with so many issues. I was there. And today, only one topic left. Climate. The one thing I can influence the least. Where have we arrived? Where is the environmental protection? Compassion and love for all creatures. Jesus preaches unconditional compassion for all living beings and calls on his disciples to live a life of non-violence towards all living beings, including animals as fellow creatures with souls. About eating meat. Gospel of the Holy 12 chapters 38:2 He who takes advantage of the wrong done to a creature of God cannot be righteous. God gives the grains and the fruits of the earth for food. And for the righteous man, there is no other lawful food for the body. Keep your hands free from bloodshed and let no flesh come over your lips. For God is just and kind and has commanded that people should live only on the fruits and seeds of the earth. So Jesus speaks out clearly against eating meat and killing animals. Not only here, but also in many other apocryphal writings, Jesus repeatedly emphasizes that people should not let animals suffer and should not eat meat. The Lord's Prayer in a modified form. The Lord's Prayer in the Gospel of the Holy 12, chapter 19, and also in the Aramaic original version, is quite different from the one we are familiar with. It is less about, "Dear God, you do everything and take everything from me," but about the personal responsibility of the human being and the trust of the guidance of God. It is about Father, Mother God, also in us. Our Father, Mother, who art above us and in us. Your name shines everywhere. God can be found everywhere, in the stone, in the tree, in the animal, in the human being. Give us today the bread we really need, food for body, mind and soul. Do not let us err through illusions. It is about finding the truth in reality, even if it is very shocking at first. But unfortunately, without this realization, there is no progress in the spiritual ascent. There are two awakening processes, recognizing spiritual and recognizing deceptions. In short, money rules the world on our planet. Truth is what brings profit. Suddenly, I understood a lot with this. Thank you for this courage, dear life. Attached you will find these versions of the Lord's Prayer, a treasure of humanity. A balance of faith and works. In the Gospel of Perfect Life chapter 46:24, truly I say to you, all who believe and obey this law will be redeemed. It is about living both in harmony, faith and lived commitment to God's plan for creation. Are we not God's employees? Isn't that also what it says in the Epistle of James, faith without works is dead. This is a very complex topic, and I have to say that when I was young, we spent many nights discussing it. Of course, I can't buy God's grace, which was a good business model in Luther's time. But only the love for Jesus, for the Creator, urges me to preserve creation and to commit myself to justice. Oh, what joy! Because without this, little development. Ask and it will be given to you. Luke chapter 11 verse 9. I did that. Didn't work. Many do it. Rarely works. Try it. What's the matter? Don't the Bible's statements work? The subordinate clause was left out. It must read correctly. For if you understand, feel, and fulfill the commandments, then everything you desire from your Father in heaven and your Mother on earth will be given to you. Excerpt from the Gospel of Perfect Life.